Okay. Are we good? I think we're good. Let me just check the stream real quick. Alright guys, welcome. Let me mute the music a second here. I gotta hear myself on the microphone before we begin. Hold on. Okay. Okay, I think we're good here. Okay, I can hear myself pretty well. You guys having any issues? I can turn the music back on in just a second. Okay. There it is. Okay, I just put some playlists on YouTube. Not really like intended to have like a fancy playlist prepared or something. So, this is an odd stream for me. Never thought that I'd be streaming myself playing some tabletop. I mean, making stuff on tabletop, I guess. Okay, so first I gotta apologize for not streaming on... When was it? Friday? No, Saturday last time. Yeah, it was pretty like tough for me to stream that day due to some circumstances, but also I think I got tired of streaming Monster Hunter for now, guys. It's too laggy. That's basically it. The game's just too damn laggy, and I don't wanna like keep trying to make it work if it's not gonna. The game is just optimized like doo-doo. I don't wanna like keep streaming nothing, basically. The game is fun, don't get me wrong, but you know, I guess I was expecting better from, you know, I really wanted to stream it, guys. I truly did, but you know, it's not what was meant to be, I guess. So, I think I'm gonna keep Tuesdays for variety streamings, and on Fridays and Saturdays I'm gonna start streaming Dark Souls. Maybe 2 days is a bit much for it, but you know, we're just trying out stuff. I'm just starting the streaming journey, so it's gonna be fun, I guess. Yeah. So today we're gonna be streaming some Disney Villainous, but not gameplay, mind you. I'm gonna be making customs, as the title says. Yeah, this is gonna be an odd stream for me. I truly don't know how this is gonna go. The thing is that I've been really like addicted to this. I'm gonna be honest, guys, most of my time has not been playing anything anymore. I've just been trying to make customs for Villainous. And you know, it's been pretty interesting. Let me just fix my microphone real quick. Okay. Yeah, it's been quite something, you know? I never really like intended for me to get addicted to tabletop simulator of all things. I usually play the games with a purpose, with like an end goal and some achievements along the way, or even after that. But yeah, it's gonna be a weird stream. I don't know how if there's like a following for this at all, but you know, it's fun, so who knows? Maybe we'll enjoy it. Okay, so let me just open the game here. Okay, I'm loading a table here real quick. Okay, let me know if the music is a bit loud. I don't really have context other than the bars on the audio mixer on OBS. So it's gonna be quite a wonky stream. It's gonna be a first, basically for me, for maybe this type of content. I don't know how much people stream themselves making games for Tabletop Simulator. So yeah, this is gonna be like pretty interesting, I guess. Okay, let me just see if everything checks out. Yeah, everything seems to be doing all right. Okay. Guess we can just... let me change the scene here. Okay, check the stream just in case. Everything should be good here. Okay, this is not loading on my screen. God damn it. Okay, it should be working, but I can't see it on my phone here. If I go back... oh, there we are. Nice! Okay. So, as the title says, I've been working on the Fabrication Machine here. Let me just check the stream real quick once again. Yeah, everything seems to be working. Okay. Yeah. I guess we can start. The Fabrication Machine. Yeah, it's from the movie 9, which is an odd name for a movie, but whatever. If you guys haven't seen it, I really recommend it. It's not a masterpiece by any means, but it's a really fun movie, especially the visuals. It's like the darkest film you can make for kids. It was pretty weird, actually. It has like a lot of death for some reason. It's pretty grim and it's kinda spooky, to say something. And yeah, the point of the movie is that the heroes are trying to like get back this talisman over here. I'm gonna try not to spoil that much, but yeah, this talisman controls the fabrication machine, so the heroes are trying to retrieve it. And those heroes would be the... give me a second here. Spread this. Would be the numbered... these guys. I think they're called Stitch Punks, I believe. And yeah, they have pretty cool designs, if I say so myself. Yeah, they are named 1 through 9, and 9 is basically the protagonist of the movie. And he finds this talisman and puts it on the fabrication machine by curiosity, I think. And now they're trying to retrieve it. And when they do that, they find out that the machine can absorb their souls. So the point of the machine, gameplay-wise, is gonna be to have all 9 heroes in the absorbed souls pile. Also, don't mind the assets I have here. It's everything here. It's for testing purposes for now, obviously. It says Gleam Box because that's the last villain I worked on. So yeah, everything is Gleam Boxed themed. Tangent, I really liked that villain, how I designed it, and like the way I managed to solve its problem. So yeah, go play it. Go play Gleam Box. I ask nicely. It's pretty fun. Back to the machine though. Okay, so we have 9 heroes. That's the main pillar of the villain. Oh, okay, I think I'm gonna have to like change to a bigger table here. Give me a second. Where was it? Tables. Okay. Okay, so 9 heroes is kind of a lot for the game. Not on the highest end, but pretty big pool of heroes here. It's like more than half the deck. And okay, I'm assuming that you guys know something about Disney Villainous. I can't go explaining every single detail of the game, but this is gonna be a stream of the design of the Fabrication Machine. If you guys have like any doubts about the game, go play it, I guess. I'm just gonna give a rundown on what I have planned for the machine here. It's a pretty fun game though, I recommend it for everybody, especially if you're a Disney fan. But we're working with customs here, so yeah. Okay. Main pillar of the design of the machine here. 9 heroes. That's a lot, especially because you have to interact with every single one of them. Having 9 heroes in the Absorb Souls pile. Okay, that was a big issue actually, because for reference, some heroes that want heroes to like defeat or to like put on a certain pile, like Scar, they usually get around to like 4 or 5 heroes or so, and I have to interact with 9 of them. So that was a big issue with the gameplay, and I had to design around that basically. So for the goal it was easy, like make a pile, have all the heroes, and you're done. But having to like get the heroes somehow to that pile was a big of an issue. I thought first that we should just vanquish them, but that seemed kind of boring. So what I did is that I made the talisman, which is this tile over here. As you guys know, tiles cannot be removed from the realm, at least on Disney Villainous. Tiles represent like basically cards that will always stay there. So a tile was an obvious element that I needed for the Fabrication Machine. So first, whenever I vanquish a hero, I move them to the factory instead of discarding them. The realm goes from left to right: factory, trenches, cathedral, and apartment, based obviously on the elements of the film. And having the heroes in the factory is how you capture them, because the second part of the talisman, if you pay up to 3 power, you can defeat a hero at your location for each power paid and put them into the Absorb Souls pile. So what that means is that you need at least 1 power when you move to the factory, or gain 1 and then play a hero, but we'll get there. Okay, let me just clone this. For some reason it like books out sometimes. Okay, so have 1 power, activate the machine over here, the talisman I mean, to get those heroes in the Absorb Souls pile. Do that 9 times and you win the game basically. And that's the main idea of the Fabrication Machine. Now, all the design bumps that came along the way were that, 1, playing these heroes is obviously an issue, because you're gonna need cards that let you play from your Fate deck, and cards that will aid you to do other stuff. So you can't just throw everything in your deck to like getting those villains or capturing those villains. You have to like support the rest of the design with this. So what I had in mind was that I should start designing the villains first. The heroes, I mean. Because, after all, the entire gameplay revolves around you capturing them. So having them have like a solid design by themselves is how I started approaching this. So I made like a few test heroes, like 2 for example, which have like simple abilities. For example, with 2 other allies, then Winged Beast cannot be moved from this location. That was pretty simple, because if you want to like capture a lot of heroes, you are gonna want to obviously stack them on a single place. Excuse me. When you play a lot of heroes, you obviously want to stack them on a single place in your realm, because otherwise you'll be getting too much actions covered in your realm. So having a card that allows other heroes at other locations be safer is like a pretty reasonable card. And so I started making the rest of the decisions like that. For example, 7, when she's played, you can discard an ally, and the rest is basically flavor text. I mean, it has mechanical implications, but I usually this is just for canon reasons, I guess. So she discards an ally from her location. That's another reasonable way to like keep making your heroes, because as you recall, if our heroes are not in the factory, vanquishing them puts them in the factory. So making a hero that delays your vanquishing actions by discarding allies is pretty reasonable. And then the rest of the heroes were kind of tough to design. First, I immediately saw that capturing 9 heroes was gonna be like too much. Way too much. So I designed 3 and 4 around that. When 3 is played, if 4 is not in the Fabrication Machine's realm or is in the Absorbed Souls pile, you may play and you may find and play the other one to this location. 4 is the same, but you play 3 instead. And yeah, they're like a twin pairing, basically. So the point of 3 and 4 is that if your opponent plays them, they get to play more than one hero and cover a location for more time, which is pretty handy. But for you, it means that you get your heroes faster. You get to remove 2 heroes for the price of 1, basically. And that was like also the only way I managed to like think of a way to put them in the game that represented them in the movie, because if you haven't... Oh wait, let me see if I can line this up actually. Wait. Let me see. Okay. Oh, come on. No. Where is it? Okay, let me just... There it is. That's the full art. Pretty neat. Okay, so the point of 3 and 4 is that I needed to slim down the deck, but I couldn't have less than 9 heroes. So having 1 hero that plays more of them was like a pretty, I guess smart is the way of putting it. A pretty smart way of like slimming down the deck without like reducing the actual number of heroes. Because I wanted to really represent the film, so 9 heroes was obviously what I had to go for. But that being too big of a number, having 1 that plays 2, it was like a pretty obvious choice in retrospect. What else? Okay, the next heroes were like, I think 5, which was like pretty similar to 2, because 2 didn't allow you to like move heroes from his location. 5 doesn't allow you to move allies to his location. The reason why it can't be like it has to be played instead of moved is because if you have a hero that doesn't allow you to move from this location, another hero that doesn't allow you to move to this location, is that it makes the move allies action irrelevant. If you have every... Okay, this is basically just to avoid soft locks, because if you have an inaccessible area in your realm, the only way you can play every hero to it is by... every ally, I mean to it, is by having no allies played, basically. Because, let's say I have, like, these 3 allies on my deck. And only those 3. If I have them on a different location, and I have 2 allies, 2 heroes that don't allow me to go in here, I'm screwed. Because nothing can move in, nothing can be played here. So, I mean, nothing can be played because I have no cards left to play. So if I have, like, no allies that I can play, I'm screwed. I cannot get rid of these. So, yeah, if you have, like, 2 heroes that do similar things, that's something you should try to avoid. Try to see the synergies they have against you, because you can like get one of these situations that it's basically a soft lock, and that's no good. So yeah, one allows you to like not be moved from this location. So if you have like every ally on one location, you have to get rid of him first, which is pretty reasonable. And if you have every ally on other locations, then you can still move them to him. So, yeah, not much else to say there. Kinda long-winded say that you should look out for soft locks. And 5 is the other type of hero that has this ability. So if you have a card that makes it that you cannot be played to this location, make sure that no other card can interact that way with your allies, because otherwise you will create just ways to soft lock your villain. Next up, I don't remember if I did these 2 first or 1 and 6 first. Let's go with 8 and 9 first. Okay, so I have heroes that stop your, not your win condition, but your way to get there efficiently. If things go wrong, I mean, they stop you from recovering yourself. Hey Juro, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. Juro is how that you say it? Welcome. We're just designing some stuff for tabletop. I'm going through the design for now. I'm gonna start playtesting in a bit, but for now we're just talking about what I've made so far. So yeah, we have heroes that stop you from playing your things to your board efficiently. Not necessarily stop you from winning, but they will be annoying here. I've been really getting into Villainous. My friend taught me how to play like last week. Hey! That's nice to hear. It's always good to have more people playing this game. It's very fun. As I said in the introduction, I'm very addicted to Villainous, especially making villains. It's quite a complex game. Complex system, I should say, because although it has like quite a few nudges you can like try and work with, you can actually rework a lot of the game for everything you need, and that's why we have a lot of customs on the community. I can only imagine how hard it is to balance customs. Yeah, kinda depends on the custom really, because there are some customs that are piece easy with their design because of the way that you design them. For example, my last custom that was Gleam and Box, I designed it in like a week and Valence took like 2 days because... Wait, actually I can show you. Let me here. I'm gonna go on a tangent. Whatever, this stream isn't like... It's not gonna be just about the fabrication machine. It's gonna be about making customs in general. Okay, so Gleeman box here was stupid easy to make, and I don't know exactly why. I just designed the cards with a reasonable cost and strength and abilities that match the aesthetic and the lore of the game. What's it called? Not the aesthetic, I was trying out the Koba custom from the Planet of the Apes. I like it, but it did feel pretty slow. Flavor? Yeah, I think it's flavor. The thematic, that's the word. Going for the thematic first is what I usually do. I usually go for theme over gameplay, and then design the gameplay after the theme. For example, with Gleeman here, I had to like have a way to... I need a way to make Ratchet lose popularity. That was design goal number 1. And when you get to 0, you obviously win. But in the game, you also can make Ratchet gain popularity. And when it does, you can like... Gleeman tries to make a contract with him and make him a billionaire or something. Make him the star of the... Red Zone was the show called. So it occurred to me that maybe you could have a way to like increase Ratchet's strength. So that was another part of the thematic that I needed to like balance around. And so I made it so that most of my cards, just like in the game, reduce Ratchet's popularity. The toughest allies, of course, when you vanquish Ratchet, you get to like reduce his popularity. Ace Hardlight, for example, reduces it by 2 instead of 1. And so I thought, okay, these are gonna be the top dogs of the deck. These are gonna be similarly strength-wise, and everything else are gonna be fodder villains, fodder enemies for Ratchet, because on the game Ratchet pretty much destroys everything that comes across its path, except for the bosses. So I thought, okay, 3 strength seems like a reasonable strength for allies to have. Allies also need the help of other fodder enemies to kill Ratchet, so if you get 1 of them, or maybe 2, you can vanquish Ratchet. So that gives Ratchet a strength of 4. And it was like a ladder of logical steps. You wanna like have the thematics lead the balance, so you can have a powerful boss like Shell Shock deal most of the damage to Ratchet, but also needing the help of small enemies, just like in the games. And I balanced their strength around that. And then I designed the rest of the bosses in that order. For example, Shell Shock is quite powerful, but the worst of the bosses, so he makes Ratchet lose additional strength popularity on very certain conditions. Eviscerator is the most aggressive one. He's very quick and doesn't talk a lot, so what equates like speed on this gameplay design? Obviously vanquishing Ratchet immediately, so just give him a vanquish action and he can do the rest by himself. Okay, the next one, Reactor. Reactor is kinda like very powerful, similarly to Shell Shock, but more on the tactics and well, it's kind of subtle, his difference in the game, but it was similar to Shell Shock in enough areas that I decide to put this for last. So that left Ace at the head, so Ace had to be the strongest one. So the easiest way to like make it the strongest one was just give him 4 strength and vanquish Ratchet immediately. But I thought maybe that's a bit boring, and it kinda goes against the thematic of having extra allies to defeat Ratchet. Even on the final boss, Ace needs help to like defeat Ratchet and lower his health. So if he cannot be the strongest one on a literal sense, he can be on a gameplay sense. So accelerate the win con it is. So when Ace is used to defeat Ratchet, he will lose one additional popularity instead of just 1. And that left us with Reactor. So we have 3 powerful heroes for the win con. So maybe you need help with like... Okay, the music is a bit distracting. Give me a second, guys. I'm gonna quickly change the music because I love Coconut Mall, but it's not what I'm looking for this. Okay, that's better. Yeah, okay. You guys tell me if the music is kind of annoying or loud. I'm not checking the volumes right now. I just checked them at the beginning, but if there's anything wrong, you guys can tell me. Okay, so Reactor. I had 3 strong heroes for the win con, so maybe Reactor could be like something of a tactical hero, something that is more tech directed, kind of like a tactical nuke, like on his art. That kind of fits. Doesn't need to be like strictly according to the games, but it kind of goes with the theme. So if he's very powerful, very energy oriented, I thought that maybe he could like return some of the power that you could gain. Give you some power when he's used to vanquish, maybe? Is there a tool for making customs? There is a tool for making the cards, another tool for making the board. There's different tools for every aspect, but making the customs itself, you're gonna have to basically do it on your own. I use like text documents and text files, TXT files I mean, and I just go writing my ideas, man. But if you wanna like a tool for making the cards, there's like you can check out the, what's it called? The Let's Get Wicked Discord server. That's the biggest custom making community that I know of. Probably the biggest one in the tabletop simulator space. So check out the Let's Get Wicked community. I don't know of a Discord link that I could send you, but I don't actually allow links to be sent through the chat, but if you Google it, I'm sure you can find it. There you can go to the customs channels and just ask around or find on the pinned messages how to use it. It's pretty convenient once you get the hang of it. And so yeah, Reactor, I decided to make it like a tech hero. So if you can gain power with it, it could be good, but it would be like against having like 3 power and 3 cost. But so I decided that another way to gain power through the game is like playing cards and such. So whenever you play Reactor, or it's using a vanquish action, because again this is a fighter, you have to remember that, you should like perform a play a card action. That way you can play more allies here, you can like back up a Reactor with an effect. It was like not the most thematic thing, but something that the deck kinda lacked, so I put gameplay over thematics over here. And that's a way that you can go theming your villains. I mean, working the gameplay around the theming on your villains. Try to think what does my design needs, and what does each person in the source material makes or uses or does, and try to accommodate that for your villain. And so yeah, I kinda got sidetracked a lot actually. I forgot what I was talking about with Fabrication Machine. I was talking about heroes, right? Okay, let's go back to it. Tables. Okay. Let me just spread this. Take all of these out. Okay. So for 9 and 8, these are the strongest heroes of the source material. 9 because he's the protagonist, obviously. And 8 because he basically was the tough guy of the group. So these have to be ways to immediately stop you from winning. So for 9, I decided that he will just joink the talisman away. When you don't have the talisman, you cannot like vanquish other heroes to move them to the factory. So 9 becomes the immediate threat in your on your realm. That makes so that everything stops because of 9. That's how you should design your main heroes. Everything in your design should like come to a stop until you deal with that hero. Think of Aladdin on the Jafar deck. Think of whom else? I'm blanking right now. I keep forgetting stuff. Well, you know what I mean. Everything in the design should shift once this hero is on your realm. And if it's already on your realm, like, it should be the priority always. Because the protagonist is the protagonist of a work for some reason. So 9 becoming the focus of the fabrication machine once you like get the talisman was a pretty like reasonable thing to do. And stealing the talisman ensures that the game shifts entirely with 9. 8 had to be a bit less. So when 8 gets played, he basically defends other heroes at his location. And so dealing with 8 becomes another priority, but unlike 9, he doesn't steal the talisman away, so he's on your realm. He will be a priority on his location, but on other parts of your realm, you can still like move heroes back into the factory. That way, 8 gets to be relevant without being like overwhelming, I guess. If you guys have tried the how's it called, the King DDD custom, 8 is like when a boss gets turned into a hero. It's the most annoying stuff on the deck without being the defining thing to it. But it still allows you to like focus on other stuff in your realm, such as defeating Kirby or other minor allies turned heroes. And in this case, he will defend allies at his location and allies at the factory, because when 8 is at the factory, the fabrication machine cannot pay more than 1 power when the talisman is activated. And that means that whatever 8 is, he will become the priority. So you pay 1 power to like try to get rid of heroes, but oh no, 8 is here, so you have to pay just 1 to get rid of him, and basically lose a turn getting more heroes. And yeah, that's pretty much all of the heroes. Oh, I didn't explain 6 and 1. Okay, we have most of the heroes. We have stuff that delays your game plan without delaying your win condition, stuff that actually delays your win condition, villains that are filler, basically, but that still have an identity according to their themes, and 2 miscellaneous. What can we do with these miscellaneous designs? Let's go for thematic immediately. Okay, 6, he is all about knowing what's behind it all, knowing the conspiracies about the film, kind of knowing the meta-narrative that's being told, and something that occurred to me with knowledge is information. So let's just make 6 give information to other players by making the Fabrication Machine play with its hand revealed until 6 is no longer in the realm, obviously. So that's another way to tie the thematic according to a villain ability. This is nothing new, by the way. I think it was Maleficent. Yeah, I stole this from a card from Maleficent's Fate deck. And if you ask me, it fits 6 much better, because 6 is all about getting that information and knowing what's up. So it's if you have like ideas for your designs, just try to like take something that's worked, change it a little bit, or just straight up copy it if it works better for the thematic. Make sure that it works for your villain, and just try it. Trying stuff is how you design. And I tried this and it worked like a charm. It has one caveat though. 6 it stays in the realm for a bit too long, I feel. This is something I'm not gonna be able to balance, sadly, because 6 can be played by your opponent. It can take a long while before he gets out of your realm. So it's gonna hurt the Fabrication Machine with its ability for a long time. And that's not ideal. You have to like find a balance for every card to like shine on their own time. And if you have like everything at the same time, it kinda gets cluttered. I think it's the word. So, for example, if you have like every hero on your realm, you basically aren't gonna win. It's like your enemy is gonna like do whatever he wants on his realm, and you're gonna probably have like both vanquish actions covered. I mean, one of them and one of the other have a pretty garbage location. So delaying your opponent is not an option, and playing your game plan is gonna be tough to the point of no return, basically, of no comeback. So if you have like every hero on your realm, ask yourself, how can I make this less painful for the player? For example, having like heroes that only work dealing damage once. For example, 2 is a hero that always has an ability, so having him on your realm will always hurt. But stuff like 3 and 4 that just do stuff when they get played, it's a good way to balance your heroes in your counter game plan, I guess. That way you have like some stuff that hurts a lot and some stuff that hurts not that much. Having that balance between the importance of stuff that gets placed against you, it's actually good design on Villainous. A lot of people think that you have to like find a balance between every card in your in your decks. Not so with the Fate deck, in my opinion, because having different stuff with different strength, as long as it's a reasonable distance, don't you go making a hero with 1 strength and another one with 99 strength. That's just very stupid. Yeah, having different balance on your Fate cards will pull your attention and the priorities of the villain being played on different places, and that's good because it means that different cards of the deck will get played and different strategies around your realm can be formed. So having cards that are in balance, so to say, it's a pretty useful trick to know. How much balance you need is up to the villain, honestly. For example, Zero from the custom of Kirby 64 is a good way to explain it. There are heroes that absolutely destroy Zero depending on the time of the game that you play them. For example, Kirby is a hero that will always just screw you over, but stuff like the green bird, I forget his name, and the blue blob, I don't know much about Kirby, I'm gonna be honest. But yeah, knowing stuff about how much pain your villain will be dealt for each hero, it's important because you want to like have different priorities with that. So if you have like every hero, some of them should be a priority and some of them shouldn't be. And 6 shouldn't be a priority. Coming back to 6, it should be like an annoyance, something that can be easily played by opponents, low skilled opponents, because it's a hero who always covers actions and stuff, but that will massively benefit opponents with high skills, because having information about how much your opponent can play and how much you can like your the other villains can do on their turn, it's pretty important if you want to take the game seriously. And sadly, 6 is not an annoyance because he has a higher strength than average. He will be on your realm for way longer than average. So I should reduce 6 strength, I feel like. However, the rest of the design doesn't allow that, and I'm gonna get into it later. But for now, 6 has some design flaws, definitely. 6 should be a card that I should change. And what else have I not talked about? Okay, is the stream good, guys? Let's take a quick break. I've been talking for like an hour straight, my god. I never thought that I had so much to say on the stuff I'm making. Damn. Are you guys having fun? Do you guys follow what I'm saying? Or I'm just talking nonsense to you? We have... Oh, there are 5 people in the chat. I think that's a record for me. Thank you guys for watching, damn. I didn't think that this would be that interesting to people, but... Thank you for being here. Okay, let me just grab a sip of water. I have my bottle of water here. Remember to hydrate. Okay, do you guys play a lot of Villainous? I basically play with only customs now. I never touched the base game. I mean, I do for testing, and sometimes when I play with friends, like once a month, basically. Playing base Villainous with once a month. I play custom villainous way more than that. Okay, I think we're done with the heroes, except for one, which is one. Kind of funny that I had to say that. Okay, so one is another one that I had to go with thematics. So if you see the film, a spoiler happens with one that makes him move heroes to another location, but his personality also is kinda stinky, so to say. So other heroes actually don't want to be around him. So moving heroes was like a no-brainer. It was like, oh, what can I do with the hero that wants to like be reclusive or like makes other heroes be on a bad mood? Oh, just move heroes away. Simple. Another thematic one that fits the mechanics but started with the thematic. And that's basically all the heroes. At least their abilities. Now that we have their abilities, how do we go for strength? And immediately I went 1, 2, 3, 4 on the order of the numbers. Because why not? Let's just keep going for thematics. It's going pretty well, so let's keep going with it. So 1, obviously gonna be 1. 2, could be 2, sure. 3 and 4 sounds pretty good, especially because they have no ability, so making them quite tough heroes seems like pretty reasonable, because they will become like a priority just because of their strength. Okay, 5, having 5 strength is not unheard of, but that should be like about the limit any hero should have strength. 6 is like, why? 7, 8, 9, that's just no. Okay, why do I give them 6, 7? Who needs 7 strength? Unless you are gonna vanquish a single hero on your game plan, why are you going for 7 strength? It makes no sense. So let's turn that way down. How about half? Okay, 1 and 2 could be 1. That's pretty good, especially because 1 has a pretty powerful ability, if we get into it later. Another one will always be a threat, even so his strength is irrelevant, so make it just lower than the average, so that his priority becomes like an annoyance more than anything. 3 and 4 could be 2, seems kind of low, but when you remember that even though you will want to play them both to your realm, they will still be an annoyance because you're covering more actions. You're covering actions for longer no matter where you put them. So 2 could be right. Depends on the other ones. 5, 6 could be 3 strength. 5 has a nice ability for 3 strength actually, where he will be a big annoyance because not being able to play allies to a location with heroes with 3 strength, it's pretty annoying. It's quite a tough hero to get rid of if you have only like low strength allies. With 5, the move allies action becomes way more of a priority. 6, I just talked about this, man. 6 having 3 strength, it's kinda problematic because it stays for too long on your realm. But having another ally that has 2 strength seems too much. 3 strength is the perfect middle for most heroes on your fate deck. Oh, I didn't talk about why I'm choosing these values. Okay, a pretty huge priority on the game are the values of the strength of the allies, because of the heroes, because other conditions may trigger due to the strength of these heroes. Always playing around the conditions of the base game, because you are trying to effectively make the custom be able to like be played with the normal villains. A lot of people download the villains and try to play them with the base game, or just play them with the base game with their friends on Tabletop Simulator. That's a pretty common way to like play these heroes and villains. And so planning around the conditions of the base game is a pretty wise decision. So 3 should be like your middle ground for most of your heroes. It should be like the perfect place to put heroes that are have strong abilities, but not the main focus of the deck. And then you have the big hitters. At first I thought that 7, 8 and 9 having 4 string could be perfect, but then I thought about it a little bit more, and having 3 heroes having 4 strength could be too much. And 7 has already a pretty nice ability to like screw up your game plan of playing excuse me, your game plan of playing allies to vanquish heroes. So having her being 3 strength instead of 4 is pretty thematic. I mean, not thematic, but balanced. So I complemented that with the second part of the ability, that it cannot be defeated with certain allies. So that way she can still be a pretty tough hero to like get rid of, because according to the source material she's like very agile and capable on her own. So making her like generalist with some exclusivity on her abilities seemed like the way to go with 7. And that leaves us with 8 and 9 as these higher strength heroes. They should be the focus, but their abilities are quite powerful, so I totally understand if you wanted to go lower with their strength. But having 4 strength heroes is not mandatory by any means, but I feel like it's pretty beneficial to any design, because there are conditions that trigger with 4 strength. So having like heroes that are pretty rough on the upper echelon of strength is pretty... I would recommend it as a design tip for y'all. So yeah, that's what I went for with the heroes here. That's how I design basically a deck of heroes for a villain, and how I've been designing the Fabrication Machine, at least on the villain side. So another way that I've been trying to like design the Fabrication Machine was to have a lot of deck control, because as the name suggests, you try to fabricate a lot of what you do. So you could have like a bunch of cards that let you play anything from your deck, and I made one of them with 2 copies. Fabricate, which lets you straight up play a card from your deck by paying 1 additional cost of power here. But I don't want to go overboard with that design, so I could make it that the Fabrication Machine has like a permanent mechanic that lets you, play play any card from your deck if you want. But that would be like too many rules for the Fabrication Machine. Think of it like passives on an MMO, where sure you want to like have a bunch of passive abilities that the player wants to remember, so to like have synergy with the rest of the design. I call them passives because they're like a pillar that your mechanics will be standing on. For example, Queen of Hearts, she can turn her allies into wickets. That's kind of a passive for her. She like has always that mechanic, quote unquote, turned on for her. So that's something that you have to keep in mind. But this is still a card game. You still have to write the rules somewhere, and having them printed on the realm itself or on tiles around the villain is standard for the custom community, and even the official customs actually. For example, you have tiles like Rapunzel that always stays on your realm and states exactly what happens on the... Actually, I have the Rapunzel tile here. Here. I keep it saved because I don't know why I always like making customs with tiles. It's just what I go for, man. So yeah, Rapunzel always states what it does on its card. So it becomes kind of like a core mechanic of the villain and a quote-unquote passive for it. So if you have too many passives, it becomes overwhelming. So Fabricate became a card instead of an ability of the Fabrication Machine, because I already wanted to like keep the talisman as a inherent ability of the villain, and having like more than one tile is like, you know, possible. You can design whatever you want, obviously. If I remember correctly, Slenderman, I think the Slenderman custom, I forgot who made it, has like 3 tiles beside his realm that works as passives that he has access to. You can do that, but I don't recommend it. It's way too many things outside of the cards that the player has to keep in mind. So having to like keep a balance of the mechanics that your villain could have and things that could reasonably be on mechanics already in the game, such as the most basic one, your deck of cards. This is a card game, so try to tie most of the mechanics to your card deck. Kind of obvious when you say it out loud, but some people really go overboard with what a villain can do outside of their deck, and I don't really like that. I'm just gonna say the Slenderman custom is not one of my favorites. It's pretty well made, but not for me, not for how I design my customs. Try to have one, at most 2 elements of stuff that your villain always has access to on your gameplay. That's why I consider Gelorum, I don't know how it's said, Gelorum, one of my older customs, a pretty weak design because she has like 5 different things to keep track of, because I went way too hard for the thematic on her place. So yeah, keep it simple. If you can keep it simple, it's better for the player, and on the long run will like help you have a more solid design, in my opinion. So Fabricate became a card instead of an ability. And yeah, having a lot of deck control was like pretty reasonable for the Fabrication Machine. Another card that could be used for the control is playing with your discard pile, so I made Salvage. Oh, damn it. Which lets you just straight up put cards from your discard pile into your deck. Pretty interesting thing to like balance around actually, because you think that 3 is a lot, but not really, because depending on how many cards left you got, you might see those cards, or you might not even see them at all if your opponent plays fast enough. You have cards to get things out of your deck, but it's just Fabricate, and the realm of the Fabrication Machine is very limited on the discard card actions, so playing with your deck with Salvage is basically like a two-edged sword. Is that the term? I think so. So yeah, another way to like play with the design of the villain that can help you or hurt you if you play it incorrectly. And those were my main designs with the Fabrication Machine. Are we talking for like an hour? Damn. What I wanted to like get across was that keep in mind the pillars for your villains and try to stick most of your gameplay to that. For the gameplay machine was get 9 heroes into a defeated state. On this design I went for an Absorb Souls pile, similar to Scar's what's the name? Resolution pile? No, what's the name? Absolution? No. Scar's secondary card pile. Whatever. So yeah, the main pillar was the 9 heroes on the secondary pile, and using the talisman to do it, and your deck will revolve around mainly deck control. And that's what I've been trying to design with the Fabrication Machine. Okay, now that you guys know a bit about the design, I wanted to like try and playtest it better, because there are issues that I want to get rid of. What issues, you might ask? I think that the Fabrication Machine might be too complicated to balance. That's because I cannot for the life of me manage to balance the talisman. As you guys know, you have to pay power to defeat heroes at the talisman's location. And basically, you get to play either too fast or too slow with the talisman because of your way to get the heroes. Here it is. Detect. To play your heroes, you play Detect, which reveals fate cards until you reveal a hero or 2 effects, and you get to play the hero and pay 1 additional power to do it again. So what this means is that on average you will be capturing 2 heroes per turn, because the optimal game plan for the Fabrication Machine is gonna be move to the factory, earn 3 power, and if possible at all have 1 power on reserve, play Detect with 1 power, play a hero, replay Detect, play the other hero, and pay 2 to activate the talisman. That's the most obvious way to play the Fabrication Machine. And that's like the way that most people will try it. But the talisman also lets you play absorb up to 3 heroes So if you have like a hero plate here, you can like bank up to like 4 power beforehand, go to the factory and then play the tech twice. Or better yet, play just once and get 3 to get 4, or vice versa. So you can capture 3 heroes immediately. That's like the power play for the Fabrication Machine. Get to capture 3 heroes in the same turn. Okay, give me a second. I'm gonna change the music because this track sucks and it's way too long. Okay, that's fine. That's silly. Quite the silly song. Okay, so the point of the Fabrication Machine was that, I mean, the point I'm trying to make is that capturing 2 heroes, it's kinda slow. It's pretty slow for a game plan, because if you play things optimally, you will waste 1 turn moving away from the factory, another turn to the factory and capturing heroes. You move away, then capture 2 more, move away, capture 2 more, move away, capture 2 more. Oh, damn it. And how many do we have? Wait, that's away 2 more. That's 2. Away 2 more. 4. Away 2 more. 6. Away 2 more. 8. Away once more to capture the last one. That's 10 turns. And that means 5 turns of moving to the factory, like every chance you get. That's way too slow for any hero, villain. And it's pretty dumb. Having to move to the same location so many times kinda removes the point of having an entire realm to play with. I know that some villains kinda require it, but as the game progresses, it gets easier to not play around that location. For example, Zero from the Kirby 64 custom. He has like only 1 play card location, so you'll want to like move there constantly. But he gets allies that when played to other locations, you get to play cards at every other location. So as the game progresses, you'll want to move less and less to the first location. And that way it starts like every game similarly, but it quickly develops into a tree of options for the player. And it was the developers of Civilization, I think, that said that games are a series of interesting decisions. So give your players a lot of interesting decisions. Don't just make them go, oh, I must move here every time I get, and keep that mindset every time. I know that this is a board game and you will get some repetition in the long run, but also as a kind of half card game, half board game, you also try to like implement as much variety as you can get out of a simple deck and the mechanics that you can play with. So moving 5 times, at least 5 times to the same location is just too much. So it cannot be 2. It's too slow also for the win condition, but that's balance, not design, and I'm trying to talk about mostly design here. Okay. So 3 it is. You get to capture 3 heroes on the same turn. So on a good day, you get to capture, move away, move back, and that's 2 turns to capture 3. Away and back for 3 more. Away and back for 3 more, and that way you win the game. That's 6 turns. That's too little. And I'm like, god damn it, how can I balance this? And then I remembered that it cannot possibly be just 6 turns. One, because of the power it requires. You will never get that much power without being interrupted by your enemies. But also because I have cards that actively avoid you getting the win con fast. And those are 8 and 9. So, when 9 gets played, he takes away the talisman, and I can no longer move to the factory without losing activate actions on the talisman. Because I don't have a card that lets me activate on my deck, moving to the factory is the only way I get to activate the talisman. So moving to the factory becomes unoptimal. And that's good. We want to reduce as many possibilities of moving to the same place as possible. We want to keep the interesting branch of decision that the player gets to play with as wide as possible. And you think that taking away one location is like a pretty stupid thing to do. That's less options. But again, you want to move to the factory as many times as possible when you have the talisman under your control. So, if you don't have it under your control, what does that mean for the gameplay? Move somewhere else. And that's perfect. That's what we want. We want the player to like improvise, basically. And adapt to the situations. That's a better word, adapt, not improvise. We want the player to like have a set of not just have a plan, but have a set of strategies that they can follow. That's the most important thing. You don't want to like shove them onto one strategy, because that just becomes a plan. And we don't want plans on our card games. We want strategies. Plans are like set in stone sets of actions. Strategies are suggestions that we can make based upon our current as in stated and implied current, not just things that we can see, current information. So that becomes like at least 2 turns that we have to like use to vanquish 9, because we want to play cards to 9's location and then move to the trenches to vanquish him, and then move back to the factory. So that's 2 more. And then we have 8, which, alright, 8 does not prevent like 9 more actions if he's outside the factory, but when he is in the factory, he becomes the priority. And will give us, like, take away one of the 3 actions that we can immediately do when we play the talisman. Because with the talisman, it becomes just 3 cycles of 3. But with 8, because he only allows us to, like, capture 1 hero, that being himself, with the talisman, it means that we have to pay just 1 for 8. Which, even though it's not 3 cards, it does add another cycle to the activations. And if you go, if you put 9 aside, that's 5 cycles of moving to the factory. Way more reasonable. Am I making sense to you guys? Are you guys following me? Hopefully y'all like are getting the idea of how I design the stuff I make. Hopefully it'll be like good to play, because from what I've tested, the Fabrication Machine can be either too slow or too fast. And that's what we are gonna try to like fix on this stream. We're gonna like think of a way on how to like improve the design by balancing this, the cycle of actions required to get to my win condition. Because as we said, 2 is too little, and I mean 2 is too much, and 3 might be too many. but that's what we're gonna try to do. We're gonna do some playtesting. We're gonna like be playtesting around Jafar, because we have to like playtest against based villains. Based villains. Jafar is based. No, what I mean, base game villains. We have to play around that. But we also have to like play around the general customs community, because this is custom. We have to like try different stuff for customs. So yeah, making sure that we get to like play against most stuff that comes our way is important, and keeping balance around both most ways that players will play this is how we should go for it. So balance around your customs, but also balance around the base game villains. I mean, not the base game, the official villains. We play against Jafar because he seems to be the most balanced villain. Oh, damn it. He's like the most balanced design from what I gathered from the Discord. So we'll be testing against him. Although, spoilers, I think he's broken. It might just be my opinion, but I think Jafar is pretty strong, man. He's too strong, I think. And yeah. Oh, and also we'll be trying out probably it's gonna be Moloch, because he has no conditions, so the pace of the game won't be dictated by counters and specific matchups. It will be just dictated by what each villain can do, mostly because the Fabrication Machine has conditions. But it will keep like a stable playtest area. Playing against Moloch, I recommend playing against Moloch because it's like, I feel it's like how you can like try to balance the pace of the villain, not necessarily the win condition, which is different than the pace, but you do get to balance the speed around which the villain moves. So we're gonna be doing that. Oh, these are the effects. I don't think I need to explain them. Okay. So let's just jump right into the playtest. Should be fun. Okay. Okay, should we start with Jafar or should we start with Moloch? Alright, for playtesting I always go with Hot Seat for 2 players. I feel the balance of the game is pretty tricky with 3 players, and it completely goes out the window with 4. So I always playtest with, I mainly playtest with 2 players, and then try to like design around 3 players or more. For example, I feel like the zigzag, the zigzag custom from the Thief and the Gobbler, it's pretty well designed for 2 players and 4 or more players, but on 3 players it falls pretty short of what the designers intended, I feel, because for zigzag you want to like have a specific amount of fate cards in your fate discard pile, but when your opponents play them, the numbers change. So you have to keep in mind every single time that your opponent like place a fade on you. So I feel like they forgot a bit that you can get faded twice in a row. And because of that, I feel like zigzag could be improved, but it's just not quite there yet for me. It's pretty good. I usually play zigzag, by the way. It's one of my favorites of the non-official customs, if that's a word. I could like bring it up, but screw that. Okay. Let's start with the playtest. Okay, please don't tell me my computer is gonna freeze here. Okay. Yeah, it froze. God damn it. It actually froze again. Okay. Okay, guys. Let me check the stream. I wanna make sure that the stream is fine. Okay. How many of you guys are here? I'm just talking as usual. Okay. Yeah, my computer freezes when I get a custom villain out. It's just very stupid. I don't know why. Okay. Let's go with Jafar. As I said, he's usually a pretty balanced villain to try out. Okay, see, this is what I mean. When my game gets frozen, I usually bugs out and everything I do throws an error. For example, these cards load an error now. That's pretty stupid. And now Jafar took a while to load because for some reason the mover was giving me errors. So yeah, that's an issue I have with this mod in particular. Like nowhere else this happens. It's pretty dumb, you know? Okay. I'm gonna change the music a bit. You guys give me a second. Let's put some... Okay. Actually, I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna put on some other music and I'm gonna go to the bathroom real quick. Let's go for the Mario Galaxy soundtrack. That's good music to like. So like put on relaxing music. And we could go for the full OST. What do you guys think? Okay, let's go for... Which one could be good? Let's go for the full soundtrack, I guess. Let's jump around a bit. Okay, I'll be right back, guys. Just give me 1 minute. Okay. We good? You guys with me yet? Okay. Give me a second to check the stream. Hopefully everything's alright. Welcome back if you went away for a second there. Oh, I muted the music. My bad. Okay. So, we are about to start the playtest, obviously. Okay, oh, I almost stopped the stream. Oh, that button is way too close. Damn. That would have been bad. Okay. Are we good? Are we good with the stream? My phone froze. God damn it. Okay, we're good. We're fine. Okay. Thanks for telling me. Okay. So, I'm gonna have to move some stuff here because I have my microphone on top of my keyboard basically just to stream here. Okay. Okay. Let's see here. We have 2 hands to play with. I put Jafar on the left, so let's see what he does when he starts. Okay. I usually start with worst takes it all rules. I'm gonna be honest, I don't like Introduction to Evil rules at all. I think they should stay with Introduction to Evil and Introduction to Evil only, you know? I think that box was designed to be self-contained and not to be like played with any other expansion, so I don't really like it. I'm sorry, it's just not my thing. So all of my customs are balanced around worst takes at all. Yeah, so the rules change, so I always have to test by going first and by going second. And it's Jafar's first turn, so we have a awful hand. This hand sucks, so we'll discard it. Gain 1 power and discard our hand. And we'll fate. Okay. Always design your decks with your realms with the knowledge that you can be fated on turn 1, guys. When I designed the Fabrication Machine realm, the first place I designed was the factory, and I realized that basically no other villain had gained 3 action on its leftmost location, because you wouldn't be able to play cards otherwise on your first turn. Because if you cannot earn power, you cannot play cards, obviously. So I designed the realm on a way that you will most likely get to play a card if you go second. You get play a card actions only on the top row, but if you can only get 2 heroes basically on locations, so you will get always a location where you can pay for a card and play it. And so let's fate. I don't know if I shuffled this. Okay, 9, immediately the worst card for the Fabrication Machine. Okay, although I'm not sure. Actually, I'm not sure if 9 is the worst one here, because we eventually want to get rid of 9, but I mean, it does cover actions. It is good. Yeah, I think 9 is just the best play here. And most people will usually cover your fate first. That's kind of like a given. Some people will place it here because the apartment is actually the best location in the Fabrication Machine's realm. Because it gives you so much. The cathedral replaces the discard action with a move action, which you will most likely never use until you get to like 4 or 5 heroes on your realm. So the apartment, I think, is the best option here instead of the cathedral. And that should be Jafar's turn. Okay, we have a condition. I'm gonna leave it here because I always forget him when I have him in my hand. So if I get 2 items, Deception is played. Now, I have a question actually. If the talisman is in the upper part of the realm, does that mean that Deception gets triggered even if I have it there? I mean, it counts for conditions? I think so. I'll have to ask on the ruling on that later, because the talisman still works as an item. And it's still on my realm, even if it's not in my control. I don't know. I'm gonna say that it probably counts towards the item quota. So yeah. I have no items in hand, so I'm just gonna leave that there. Okay, we have a way to get rid of 9 immediately. Playing Chase will end our turn when we kill 9, but here's a conundrum with the Fabrication Machine. If we move 9 to the factory, we'll be covering the game 3 action. And we won't have power to defeat 9 with the talisman. So we need a card to gain power. Doesn't count because it's not in your possession, but it's still on your realm. The card only states that it's on your realm. See, if it has 2 or more items in the realm, it doesn't say under his control. And Jafar could use the under his control. Oh wait, what? Villain of fate items does not perform a fate action, and a visitor skill of fate action does not trigger when the card is played. The decision is played with all the opponents of neutral. Okay, it does count villains and fate items, so it counts stuff on the upper part of the realm, on the top of the realm. So Talisman is gonna trigger it. Talisman captured will trigger it. I don't see why not. Okay. And let's see here. Oh, right, 9 was here. And I had 1 power. Okay, so the conundrum with the machine is that if we move 9 immediately, we get back the talisman, but we have no power to get rid of 9 immediately. So we don't gain 3 power on our next turn. Subsequent, I guess? Chat doesn't show up? Chat is not showing up? Really? Okay, give me a second. Why put the display capture on top of the chat? Damn it. Okay, give me just 1 second here. Okay. You should be able to try it now. Testing. Is it showing up now? Okay, no, perfect. Yeah, I had the layers wrong. I put the display capture on top of the chat. Thank you for telling me. Okay. Okay, so I don't know what the best option for the Fabrication Machine is. Hey Alfeld, how you doing? We've been playing some Disney Villainous, which is a fun tabletop game, and I've been addicted to making custom villains for it. Today we're working with the Fabrication Machine from the movie 9, released on 2009. It's a pretty fun movie. You may recognize this little fella over here if you've seen it. Yeah, I've been designing a lot of boards and basically games for this, and it's been quite fun. I'm play testing right now, so it's hopefully interesting for you to watch how to design some of this stuff. I've been playing like exclusively Monster Hunter Wilds for the past week. Good to know. As I said on the introduction that I may not be able to stream Monster Hunter Wilds anymore, sadly. The game's just too laggy for me. My rig isn't good enough to stream it, so I may have to like can that idea. I really wanted to stream Monster Hunter Wilds, so it was a pretty heavy gut punch for me. That's fair? Yeah. I don't want to like make my streams unwatchable. I was pretty discontent the last time I streamed because it was like basically 30 frames per second, jumping between 30 and 10, and I hated that. So I may have to stop playing the game for a while. And because I'm addicted to making villains, I don't see myself playing it anytime soon. But glad to see that you are enjoying it. I really enjoyed low rank, so hopefully the game gets better with the updates, but I doubt it. Maybe if I get a better rig, if I get a job or something. I don't know. But for now, we're playtesting. So let's get back to the game. Okay, so we have Detect on hand. We can get more heroes to the factory, but we cannot capture them because 9 has the talisman. So I think probably getting rid of 9 is the best option here, even though we will lose power if we move him to the factory. So maybe we get rid of 9 and then move to the apartment to gain just a little bit of power to defeat 9. Because we will have 0, then 1, we move to the factory, defeat 9 and get 3 power. That's just one hero on the talisman, but I think there's no better way to use Chase. For those of you that are new to the game, I won't be explaining that much about how to play it. You guys can like play Tabletop Simulator and get this for free, basically. I want to get more on to this design of my villain than the rules of the game. So if you have questions, you can ask, but I'm gonna try to like keep it to my villain instead of the rules of the game. So yeah, we have a card to like immediately defeat this hero that we should use, because our hand is stinky. So yeah, we move to the trenches, gain 2 power, then pay 3 to play Chase, move to 9's location, and get the talisman back. That immediately ends our turn, so we cannot play anything more. Oh right, I can't move to the apartment, because 9 is there. Okay. So I can move to the cathedral and play a Detect. I don't know. We can... I don't know, I'm trying to play as fast as possible here, but 9 is gonna like make that impossible for me. And we cannot ignore 9. So yeah, this is the play, sadly. We're gonna have to like waste at least one action next turn. Okay, so we end our turn. We draw until we have 4. Jafar's turn. We have the lamp. Okay, remember, with the lamp we win the game, so we need the lamp. Discarding and gamble the odds. We cannot discard anymore because we have the discard action on our location and we cannot use it. We need to end our turn. So it's basically a dead action next turn. Okay, so Jafar wants to look for the Scarab pendant now. If you've seen the movie, he wants to unlock the Cave of Wonders. So we move to the Oasis and gain 4 power, because Jafar needs a lot of power to make this work. And we're gonna play defensively. We're gonna put the giant hourglass on the streets of Agrabah, so heroes here will probably die. And we cannot play anything else, actually. Maybe it would have been better to move to the palace? Don't know. I don't know actually what's the best play here. No, it's better the Oasis, because we play the Hourglass, and next turn if a hero with 2 strength gets placed to the Agrabah, we can go to the palace and immediately kill them with the Hourglass. So yeah, this is the best play. It's not offensive at all, but you know, it's better. Okay, we have the Gassim. So with Gassim we can return a card from our discard pile into our deck. So that means that if we play and discard Gassim, we can get the magic lamp back from our discard pile. So the play here should be play Gassim, discard the lamp, and then discard Gassim to get the lamp back when we need it. It's gonna take a lot of actions, but that's probably the optimal play. But for now, the Fabrication Machine is already struggling. Okay, we have resources. We can get more power. That's great. Okay. That means we can go to the Cathedral, gain 1 power, pay 1 for the resources, and what resources does is that you cannot play to your location, because that would be busted. I tested it, trust me. So what it does is that if you play it to another location, you can move to that location eventually and discard resources to play a card and then gain 2 power. So it's pretty powerful. It's like a bank that you can use for later. But the Cathedral has a move action, so we can move resources to our location and then discard it. Pretty powerful. Oh, but here's an issue. To gain the power, you have to play a card first. And we have no power, so we cannot play the card to gain the power. It's a bottleneck here. Damn. Okay. So that's not the best play here. Okay, we cannot use the move action, but we will probably need to move to the factory later. But we will have no power. I support gambling. This game will be right for you then. Every card game is gambling. Every card game is at least a little bit of gambling. This is like a half gambling, half tabletop game, so it's strategy with gambling, with planning, with... I don't know. It is gambling though. Sometimes you have to gamble. Okay. We cannot... Okay, resources is useless. Let's see what else we can do. We can go to trenches to do the same. It does give us enough power to do the combo. And will give us 2 power? Okay, yeah, that's the best play. Look, we move to the trenches to gain 2 power. Play resources and move it to our location. And discard resources. We play a card, we're gonna play Detect. With this, we can get another hero. Hero, that's 5. Okay. 5 interrupts us when we wanna play allies. Luckily, we don't want that because we're gonna play him to the factory. And with resources, we gain 2 power. And that's just enough to kill them with the talisman next turn. And that's a pretty nice combo. We waste the Vanquish action though. We have no heroes to kill this turn. But the next turn, we will be able to kill 2 heroes that will unlock the gain 3 power. Now, we can, like, play Detect again to get another hero, but that just means that we will need more power to put on top of these guys to... I mean, we need more power to pay to kill these guys. So Detect might not be the best play. Remember, the only location that let us gain 3 power and play a card is the factory, so it's pretty important that we use the gain 3 power as much as possible. Okay, 3 actions, we cannot use the 4th, we end our turn. No conditions. Oh, Jafar had a deception. Damn it. Okay, Jafar had deception. That's... okay. I forgot about that. Okay, let's play deception at the end of the turn. Next time I'm gonna try to remember that. So Jafar plays a card. He plays 4. Okay. Next turn we're gonna move to the factory no matter what. But if we play 4 to the factory, we can capture him, but we cannot gain 3 power. If we play 4 to the apartment, we lose our strongest location outside from the factory. And if we play 4 to the cathedral, we stop our fate immediately. 4 to the trenches is okay. We lose our second most powerful location, but... eh. Okay, I'm gonna change the music a bit. This is kinda too high action. Okay. Yeah, that's about fine. Okay. I think covering the apartment is the most important thing. And 4 lets us play 3. So we will do that. Because that's 2 heroes that we don't get to play to the factory. They have to be played to the same location though. Okay. So it is Jafar's turn. Okay, we cannot play the lamp yet, but we can discard it because we have Gassim. So we will do that. Agrava, gain 1 power, pay 2 for Gassim. And we don't need defense at the moment. We had the Hourglass protecting Agrava. And we may need something to protect the Oasis, but... I don't know. I don't think we need a Snake IM because we need to find the pendant soon, so we will discard everything. Oh, there's Fabrication Machine. No conditions, right? Okay, we Fate. And the Fabrication Machine is already bad enough. Oh, that's lag. Okay, cannot play gain power. Oh, that sucks. This is useless. We have no allies on our realm. Okay, so the Fabrication Machine cannot gain power. Okay, and that's Jafar's turn. Okay, no conditions, but we have the pendant, guys. Okay, Jafar goes Turbo Man. Okay, we cannot gain power, so moving to the factory is useless because the point of it was that we unlocked the gain 3 power move. So we can plan for other moves in the meantime. The cathedral sucks at giving us power, so we could move there. Or since we cannot gain power anyway at the apartments, seem to be a nice movement. We could play another Detect and start stacking the heroes immediately here. Or we could play Fabricate to get something. No, you know what? Let's play defense on the apartment. Because we can also play offense with the Fate action. Okay, we cannot gain power, but we can spend 1 to play the Cat Beast. And now we Fate. Okay. Genie! Wow, that's perfect. Okay. So, the Genie is how Jafar wins the game, but if we play it before he gets the lamp, he basically has no choice but to like have the genie there for the rest of the game. So putting him on Agrabah is basically an instant win. He has to have like an hourglass, 2 allies, and move to the palace to get rid of Genie. So it's not worth it. So Jafar cannot play with Vanquish Fate actions there anymore. That's great. More time to playtest the machine. Okay. And we can only do 2 actions. We can move, but screw that. So Disconnect doesn't apply anymore. And we finish our turn. Jafar. Now, we have the pendant, so instantly to the Oasis, win 3, pay 3 for the pendant. We unlock the Cave of Wonders. Okay. We have to find a way to discard Gassim. Now that we have the pendant, we need the lamp. So discarding Gassim is how we get the lamp. It's either that or cycling the deck like twice. We ain't doing that. Okay. We can play one more card. Let's play a Palace card. Oh, black. Palace card for defense on the Palace. Because we might need to Fate. And that's it. Activating is useless here, so let's see here. Hypnotize. This is the other card that Jafar needs to win. To get the Genie on the bottom of the realm and win the game that way. But no conditions. Okay. Let's see here. We have only 1 power, so moving to the factory is useless now. We can move to the trenches and vanquish one of these guys. Which is great, actually. Catfish will let us return an ally on the discard pile, but we have none. Still, I think this is the better play. I don't know why you're boasting pickles, but whatever. Sure. Okay. We move to the trenches, gain 2 power, kill 3 with Cat Beast, and that moves him to the factory because of the talisman. I'm dying the way you said that. Okay. I was being honest, man. Welcome, I guess, but not sure why your first message is that. But sure. Okay. We can play a card and that's it. Because we cannot move anymore. We need 3 power. So we need to gain power in case of anything happening before we move to the factory. Pickles? You have pickles? I don't like pickles, guys. I'm gonna be real. It's not that I hate them, it's just that I don't have the strength to try them. Pickles intimidate me, man. I have no idea what they're capable of. I don't like the smell. I don't even want to try pickles. I mean, I think I have tried them, but I'm a profound hater of pickles. Yeah, same here. It's not a food that I wanna like. Why am I talking about pickles? Okay, let's focus. We need a card that lets us keep our power up, and we have just that card in our deck. So we'll fabricate to get Produce, which gives us 2 power, and we can discard a card. Seeker, we might need it to vanquish 4. Fabricate is way too powerful when we have this much power. And Detect, we need it for our win condition. We will get a Detect with Seeker though. When we play it, we get a Detect. So we should get rid of the Detect. Yeah, because we have like 4 other ones on our deck. Yeah, there's 5 copies, we have 3 left. So produce goes away, fabricate goes away. Okay, we have everything we need to vanquish 3 of the 9 heroes. Put them in the absorb piles, I mean. Cards that stop us might be 8. 1 can move one of these heroes. Yeah, basically that. Okay, nothing else to do here, so we'll finish our turn, and we have a condition. Defensive condition, so if we get fated, the Fabrication Machine gets to play a card. Let's remember that. Okay. The Jafar needs power and get this card they need. So the Gap of Wonders is the best play. We get 2 power. Let's put us. We can play Iago right now, but it might get discarded. So I think Scimitar is the best play, because we will need to discard a card eventually. And Rasol is useless. The card sucks. Never play it. It's so bad. Okay, we can move something. Don't need to move anything really. And yeah, that's it. We still need to discard the Sim. Okay, you can get Scrying, which is useless because we wanna get the lamp by discarding a Sim now, not Scrying till we get it. So yeah, pretty bad turn for Jafar. No fate, so we don't play the condition. Okay. So the point of Seeker was to get more chances of detecting, but having a little bit of strength is kind of out of the thematic. But doesn't really matter. It's good for situations like these. So we move to the factory, activate the talisman by paying 3 power, and we get to capture 3 heroes. Take 3. We're 1/3 there. With 9 heroes, we win the game. With 3 there, we'll just get to keep playing. We get 3 power, and we get to play 2 cards. Okay, so is the design of the Fabrication Machine at least comprehensible to you guys? The point of the game was to just repeat this action a bunch of times, but we still get some variety by the cards we play. But we're still quite slow. We still need 6 heroes here, and we might not even get to play optimally to do that, so it's gonna be a struggle for the machine. I think it needs a buff, but I'm gonna need to playtest it further. Okay, we get to play 2 cards, playing 2 allies to get rid of 4. It's obviously the best choice here, so we will do that. Play 1 Seeker and get 1 Detect. Play another Seeker, and I don't think I need the Detect for this one. We might get it by just drawing it. And that's the turn. Okay. I don't think I shuffled my deck. Whatever. I don't remember the cards. Okay. We need to discard. But Genie is covering our discard. So what to do? We can Snake Staff, but that's idiotic, actually. We don't want to play Scrying, because we might pass on discard Gassim. So I think the optimal play is just delay the Fabrication Machine here. We just get to play 1 card, and I think that's Iago now. Because we get to activate him, but we don't have the lamp to do that. But we don't use useless cards like Snake Staff, and we don't use counterintuitive cards like Scrying. We cannot use Hypnotize anyway, so we'll just Vanquish. Okay, 6 out of Rasp. If there are 6 or more heroes, there are none, so we have to play 6. I mean, there are less than 6. Okay, there are less than 6, so we have to play 6. How wonderful. Okay. Playing him to the factory is stupid, as usual. Playing him to the trenches might be good. And at the cathedral we get to stop the fate. Okay, I think the trenches is the best play, because you want to move here to vanquish either 4 or 6 at some point. Yeah. Alright, the machine had a condition. I forgot. Okay, so the machine gets to draw a card from here. Produce is so strong, guys. I don't know how to nerf it, if I need to nerf it, but getting Produce here should be the optimal play. It's too much power. Although we could get Chase to get rid of 6 immediately, but Produce is so good. We could also get Cat Beast again, but Produce, man, it's just too powerful. Too much power. We already have a Detect in hand. And we can fabricate for anything else, but we cannot fabricate the Chase. We can fabricate the Ally of 3 strength. That'd be good. But that's a vanquish action and this is immediate. No, I think Chase we should save it for 8, not for 6. Although 8 is also kinda easy to get rid of, it's kinda the same as 6. Now let's go for Produce. Whatever. Okay, I'm gonna change the music again. What's up with this? Too much boss music. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. No, actually, no, that's not fine. It's too high octane. The relaxing music kinda stopped a while ago. Oh yeah, that's a good one. Okay. So, we should go to the cathedral, I guess. Oh, this goes into our hand. And it's still Jafar's turn, but that's all the actions he can take, so we draw. Still missing the discard Kasim. Damn. Okay. We will move to the trenches. I should have. Okay, the trenches should be open, but no luck there. Okay. We should start a defense against 6 before moving to the trenches, so we can fabricate cards to kill 6, or we can play with the spiders. Let's get the spiders. Let's give me 1 power, pay 1 for a spider and 2 for another spider, because the spiders lets us choose another one from our deck and play it by paying it. There it is. Oh, I already paid it. Paid for it. Okay. And that's it. We get to fate. Oh, for this. We could get the Sultan, put it on the palace to like make him basically immortal there. Or we could use Raja and cover the Cave of Wonders. That's a lot of power that Jafar needs. But if he has Snake MI, he can just kill it. Does he have it? He doesn't. But we don't know that. I think maybe playing the Sultan is best here. Because it loses the other fate action on its realm, basically. Sure, let's try it. Raja is better if we get... Oh, but Raja is better if we get Jasmine, and Jasmine hasn't shown up yet. If we cover the... Yeah, covering the discard is better. Because that way Jafar needs to play to get to the card to get to Gassim. Raja is way better here. Okay. Desecrate is a great card. It allows us to keep playing Produce actually, so it's very good. It's a worse Produce, but you know, still Produce. Okay, we can actually hypnotize Raja. That's just too much power, I feel. Okay, we need to discard or play. We could play the Snake Staff. Just to, like, get rid of it. Sure. Oasis, gain 3 power. And get rid of... Okay, pay 1 for Palace Guard. Pay 2 for the Snake Staff. That's it. Very simple turn there. We have a manipulation. We can use manipulation right now. Yes! Okay, because we have 3 or more allies, we get a card from our hand, our discard pile for free back into our hand, and we immediately get the lamp. No other card matters here. Nice. Jafar got a boost there. Big boost. Okay. Let's kill 4. We cannot do that actually. We could go to the factory, capture 2 more heroes. Yeah, that seems to be the best idea actually. Yeah, because we can just go to the factory, gain 3 power. Oh, because of 6 we have to like play with the hard reveal, but doesn't matter. We're playing against ourselves. Who's gonna tell who? Like, dumb. Okay, we can play Produce immediately, actually. But I'm gonna hold on to it. Let's detect. That's 1. And detect again. Oh, that's 8. Okay. Okay, at least we got the 3 power before we played. So we get to capture just 8. That's right. Next time we can capture 1 and maybe 6. Because we move to the trenches to kill 6. And maybe we get to kill 4 then. Because I can play an ally now with Fabricate. Oh, I don't have allies that cost 0, right. And I can just Produce. Do we have any powerful effects other than Produce here? Yes, we have Chase. With Chase we can kill whatever ally heroes left. We have 4. 5, 6, 7. We need to kill 2 more heroes. We have 7 in there and 2. So a high strength and a low strength. We could get Chase to kill 7. So yeah, we play Produce and we don't discard Desecrate because we might need it. Okay, that's the Machine's turn. Okay, 2 salvages. That's not good. We usually just 1-1. Just 1-1. It allows us to shuffle cards from our discard pile into the deck. So we can get Produce back. That card is so busted, man. It's way too tough to play without it. But whatever. Okay, no conditions at least. Jafar gets to keep playing. I guess we go to... I don't know. We have the lamp, we only need power. We can move Raja actually. Yeah, actually moving Raja is the best play here. Yeah. Because we can move Raja and the Palace Guard to kill it. Yep. Cave of Wonders. Pay 2. Move Raja and the Palace Guard. Gain 2 power. We don't need scrying anymore. And I can move. I don't want to move anything actually. Oh, we can move the hourglass. That would be Don't need to protect the streets. Oh, let's just leave it there. Okay, let's draw. And we play against... Wait, any conditions? No conditions. Okay. Let's kill some time here. We need Fabricate. But we have three heroes we can bank sword. So we can should vanquish 6 man, but we cannot. What to do? If we fabricate something, another spider bot might be useful. Because that's the play. We can also desecrate for Cat Beast. That's also fine. Sure, let's play for Spiderbot. Move to the Cathedral. We need to discard these though. These are useless. Do we have a produce in our deck? We do. We can fabricate into produce, actually. And then salvage. Let's... Did I gain 1 power? I think I did. Do we need to desecrate anything important? Oh, we need Fabricate to play the Spiderbot. I'm tripping. Okay, we play the Spiderbot. We're gonna get 2 power next turn, so... We don't need to... I don't know. I don't think we need to play the other Spiderbot, but we... If they discard an ally, which they will likely want to do... No, what's Jafar's hand? Oh no, they want to play the Magic Lamp now, actually. Yeah, okay, so we can hold on for playing the other Spiderbot. We're not gonna play it. Because we can discard cards from our Fate deck, but they ain't gonna do that. This is the turn they have to play the Lamp. Okay. So, we Fate. Hopefully it's a hero? Wish. That's bad. Okay, we can discard Iago. That's good. That's great, even. Okay. And... we can move. Ain't gonna. Oh, we still need to play with this. Right. Okay. A condition. If they play 4 more actions, we get to play a card. I don't think they're gonna do that, though. Because they are gonna move to the Oasis, gain 3 power, pay 4 for the Lamp, move the Genie there. Oh, actually, playing the Lamp here is not optimal, because they wanna win Cave of Wonders power later. Oh, but playing the Lamp unlocks the Fate. Yeah, they have to play the Lamp here. Okay, it moves the Genie. Then we can gain power. Do we have any items? Important items here? Just a scimitar? Scimitar? Kinda useless. We'll discard this scimitar. We don't need it. We gain 3 power. And we can activate Snake Staff. Or Hypnotize, I guess. Nah. We'll just... we can move the Genie. That's something. Now let's just leave it there. Okay. Deception. Gotta keep in mind that. I'm gonna leave it here, actually. Okay, that was 3 actions, I think, so no conditions for the machine. Okay, we will move to the trenches and kill 6. Bye-bye, Spiderbots. to power. We get to salvage and desecrate. We can actually salvage for the produce. Oh, we have a produce there. I see. We can salvage a detect. We have 3 here. We can salvage a detect. Fabricate, maybe we'll need it. And chase. Because we still need to kill 7. Sure, let's salvage. Oh, lag. God damn it. Alright. Let's salvage for chase, for produce, and for fabricate. Although there are 11 cards left. Yeah, we'll need it. Okay. And we don't need to move, so we'll just end our turn. Another action. Okay. Jafar. Obviously he's gonna like get the actions to vanquish, to fate, and nothing else is useful. So we win the power. Put scimitar to a sim, maybe. Sure. And we don't need this. We might need sorcerer's power, but whatever. And let's discard deception actually, because we ain't gonna play items for a while. And fate. Okay. There's 7 and there's 2. 7 is way better than 2. So we're gonna play 7. Now the question is, do we cover another action or we get rid of a seeker? Because Seeker is just 1 strength, ain't gonna do nothing. Like any spider bot stops that, though the machine does not have anything there. I think discarding the Seeker is better, oddly enough. That's less actions that it has to do. And these are 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and there's 2. So the Fabrication Machine needs like 2 rounds of Talisman and it wins, but Jafar is pretty close, so we'll see who wins. Okay. Persist actually, and encounter. God damn it. Okay, we get a card to our hand. What do we have in our hand though? Salvage, desecrate, ass. Okay. We don't need salvage. We might need the spider bot to counter 4. We don't need the tech. Well, we do need 1, but we have 2 on our deck. That beast cannot kill 7. We could get a fabricate immediately in our hand to like chase 7. We don't have the power for it though. Let's get resources for the power then. Need to play resources and then fabricate, I guess. Oh, but we don't have fabricate in our hand, we have desecrate, which lets us play effects from our discard pile. Pretty tough option actually. Let's get... If we get Cat Beast, we can use the Seeker to eventually vanquish 7. Or 2, if it ever appears. But I think... if we get another Spider, we immediately can, like, vanquish 7. So yeah, I think Cat Beast is the best play here. And we get another play a card action next turn because of encounter. That's great. Okay. That was Jafar's fate. And I already drew cards? Alright. Okay, so the Fabrication Machine gets to play. Do we go for the factory? It's a serious question, because we get to play... We get to capture 2 immediately. And then... earn 3 power. Oh, damn it. Press spacebar by accident. I think that going to the cathedral is very powerful now that the lamp is on play. Because we can, like, get Aladdin or Abu to steal the lamp. In the factory we get to play 3 cards because of encounter, but that's useless. Because we don't need to play salvage anymore. So I think the cathedral is the best play. We just gain 1 power, but we get to play Cat Beast anyway. We get to play Desecrate here. Do we need any effects for 2 power? We don't have Reduce here. We have Fabricate. We can Desecrate into Fabricate into Produce, which gives us 0 power. That combo's so dumb. We can... Yeah, we cannot do anything. We can Detect. We can try and get 1, but he's already at the discard pile, so... We'd have to pay 2 power. And Desecrate will give us just 1 to play with. Do we salvage? We can salvage Detects, Inspiring Bots. Nah. We might need 1 Detect more. Sure, let's salvage. Let's salvage for 1 Detect and 1 Spider. We don't need Fabricate anymore, I don't think. We could return a condition, but that sounds bad. So I guess we did salvage for 2 cards. Okay. And then no more player card actions, and I don't want to move, so just Fate. Let's see here. Wish on the genie, that's perfect. That's 8, 10 strength on the genie because of the lamp. Probably gonna be at 8 though. Okay. We finish our turn. We get a Produce. That's great. Jafar though. I guess Jafar needs power now. We can move the lamp so the genie loses 2 strength, but it's not enough to capture him. He's 10. We can move the genie instead of the lamp. That's oddly not that bad. Because if we move the genie, we get the Cave of Wonders. I don't know about that. We have to move to the Oasis. That's 5, 7, 8. 6, 7, 8, yeah. If we could move the lamp, it would be like instant genie capture, but no. We move the genie, we move the lamp. And for 0 power, the genie loses 2 strength. And we can move to the Oasis later. Sure, let's try that, I guess. We can discard also useless cards. Although no card is kinda useless here. Nah, let's just move to the Oasis. Let's keep it simple. We just need to play Palace Guard, actually. We could scry for another one, but that's useless, so let's just place the guard on Agrabah. And don't want to play anything else, so that's it. Okay. Next turn we get to... We still don't get to... Okay, I think I played it wrong, because next turn we don't get to, like, hypnotize the genie still, unless I do this. I move to Cave of Wonders. I had 5, right? We do play the Sorcerer's Power, and move the genie to the palace, we gain 2 power, move the lamp, and don't play any card. That way, the next turn we gain 3 power and capture the genie immediately. Wow. I've never had to make this display here before. What an odd optimal play here. Pretty weird. We can discard. Let's discard everything that doesn't kill heroes. Oh. Okay. Let's see here. We can kill a hero here and get enough strength for the next turn. We cannot kill 7, so we have to kill 4 here. And also we cannot use Winged Beast to kill 7. So we are gonna need a bunch of power to kill 7 with Chase. Eventually. Okay, let's move to Trenches then. Into power and kill 4. With Cat Beast lets us return a Spider Bot, which we can use to eventually kill 7, I guess. Sure, let's do that. Pay 1 for a Spider Bot and 2 for another Spider Bot. Any card can like delete this, but you know, at least it's a way to kill 7. We can still get to the factory next turn, play produce to get rid of these 3 immediately. Okay, we don't move anything and it's Jafar's turn. Okay, so Oasis, 3 power and we pay 8. No, wait, what? Yeah, 8. 6 plus 2 is 8. I can math. Trust me guys, I can math. Okay. And we get to play another card. Let's get power. We don't need the snake stuff, maybe? Actually, we do. We can get another Hypnotize immediately. Sure! Let's discard the Scimitar for 3 power. And pay 1 to get the Hypnotize back. We need the Hypnotizes to like defend against Abu and Aladdin, of course. Okay, that's it, I guess. Okay, we have Deception. Gotta remember that. And we can Fate for the lamp. Jafar's gonna move it next turn, so I don't know. Or we can get 3 heroes now. I guess I'm gonna get the 3 heroes. Produce 2 power and discard nothing. We kinda need everything. Actually, we don't need the Winged Beast. The Winged Beast is kinda overkill here. Oh, but we do have the Mua hero. Okay, we might need the Winged Beast here. Because I have a Fate card that moves a hero from our realm. There it is. Out of grasp. So we eventually have to vanquish a hero multiple times, probably. Okay, yeah. Let's capture. Absorb, I mean. Gain 3 power. And we could play Winged Beast, or save it till we need it. But for now we can detect for 2, actually. I think detecting for 2 might be the play here. Might get moved though. If we get the next 2 Fate cards... What are they? Barrel of Fire? We cannot survive discarding an ally because we need to vanquish 7. Do we need the power? I don't think so, so let's just detect for 2. We don't get anything here, but if we pay 1 more, we get to reveal... Nothing! God damn it. Okay, so the problem with detect is that you can miss when there's just 1 hero, or 2, because it reveals only 2 effects for one hero, so if you don't reveal the hero immediately, you probably won't get it. And if your opponents get it, it's gonna be way harder. We need more detects. But there's already 5 in the deck, so I don't know. And we have no more actions here, so that's it. Oh, we can play with our hand back since we killed 6 here. Since only he can reveal our hand. Okay. Jafar moves to the cave and moves to the lamp. That's an obvious thing to do here. Then gains to power, discards whatever is useless, plays nothing, and that's his turn. That was pretty quick. Wait, do we discard Deception? I guess we do. Okay, we have 2 Hypnotize, so Jafar's gonna win any minute now. You just need to move the lamp once, basically, and he wins. So the Fabrication Machine needs 3? What do you mean 3? I thought only 2 was left. What? Okay, so we need 3 heroes. I miscounted. God damn it. Okay, whatever. We need to fate now. Like, right now. Is there a... Okay, 1 arrow escape is gone. Or we kill 7. We have the Seamstress, so we can't kill 7 if an ally gets discarded. Let's go to the Cathedral, I guess. Turn 1. Phase 2 for the Seamstress. And Fate. Jasmine, kinda useless. Let's cover the Fate, I guess. That's the turn. We could have desecrated for something, for a detect. We could have desecrated for this. Oh my god, that's way better. Oh no. Oh well, I do need to fate anyway, so whatever. We get to detect the next turn, so who cares? And Jafar doesn't get to fate here. Although he can, actually, if he wants to. Okay. Okay, I guess he wants to. He doesn't need more power until Abu or Aladdin gets out, so kills. Oh, Raja has more strength. Okay. Okay. He cannot. So I guess he tries to gain power? I don't know what's the optimal play here. He can kill Jasmine for a fate. That leaves him on 3 power. Yeah, I think that's the best play here. Oh, kills Jasmine. He's 1 power. Discard whatever's useless. And fate. Okay, we can discard the Seamstress. Or we can discard Winged Beast and detect. Let's discard the Seamstress. That's less allies that you get to play with. Okay. And Jafar's gonna win on 2 turns. And the Vanquish action, the Fate action is covered. Okay, next Fate will probably be the Lamp Stealers. I guess we can try and detect again. That's not enough power. Because we desecrate, then we detect, and that's 2 power for 1 hero. That's bad. Oh, we have a detecting hand. I'm stupid. Okay, so we can detect. And there are no... Okay, we can detect twice, actually. Okay, so trenches. To power. He detect twice. Yeah, that's a... effect. Hero. We play the hero. And he... what? 8, 9... oh my god. It was 2. I miscounted twice. I don't know how to count, guys. I lied. I don't know how to count. Okay. God damn it. Okay, okay. Okay, if we move to the trenches, we can actually gain on 2 turns. Also, Jafar is forced to fate instead of move. And disconnect is gonna go to the discard pile. Yeah, this is way better. My god. We detect for... okay, we discard these. We detect again for 1. We vanquish 7. And we win next turn. Oh, we need the power. Okay, we don't win next turn. Okay. That was stupidly close. Okay. Whatever. I guess Jafar can fade or try to win. So I guess he tries to win. To power, move the lamp. And discard what's useless. That's it. He didn't play a card, did he? No. Okay, so the machine has to fade here. That's sad, it was 1 turn away. Okay. Oh, damn it. The Steelers were below the deck. Okay, so the machine loses. Okay, let's see what happens if we play the heroes here anyway. Okay. So technically the machine lost, but let's keep playtesting here. But we got useful data in data. The machine can go toe to toe with Jafar at least. It's pretty close. It's not that far off as I had imagined. Okay. So Jafar does whatever. Agrabah is 1, pays 2 to hypnotize Abu. Hypnotize Abu, I said. Discards 2 cards. Discards 2 cards, I said. And fates. Let's see if it moves. It doesn't move. But the machine cannot gain power. That's bad. That's very bad. Okay, disconnected. Okay. Machine cannot gain power, but it can move to the cathedral. And fate again. That's Aladdin. We earn 1 more turn. That Jafar's gonna just use to win again. Yeah, because he just moves whatever in 3. Plays 4 and hypnotizes Aladdin again. That's GG. Whoop. Disconnected might be too harsh. Just a little bit. Just a little bit too harsh. But still, that's 2 cards that stop the win con out of 6. That's 1 out of 3. Wait, what? Oh, there it is. Okay, so that's 1 out of 3. Out of 15, that's like 5 cards that stop your win con. That's a lot. That's a lot of cards that stop your win con. Disconnected might be too powerful. Because Out of Grasp has to go here anyway. It's like an obvious inclusion. What do I do with Disconnected? I don't know, actually. Okay, let's change the music in the meantime. Come on. Okay, it's just the weird tracks left, really? Yeah, it's just the weird tracks left. Okay, let's go back to the beginning. Okay. I don't know what to do here. Disconnected is kind of harsh, but I think 3 copies of fire might be too much, you know? What do you guys suggest? Because having like 5 out of 15 cards stopping your game plan when you're about to win might be too much. I think it's just three copies of fire. Otherwise you will never win. Because explosive arrows also like kills your momentum. So I don't know. I don't know. Hey, the game just... It's just bad song after bad song. What's happening here? Okay, there we go. I cannot like... Okay, if it's 1 out of 6, that's like nearly 2. That's fine, I guess. I could playtest against Moloch now and see how it goes. Disconnected might be too harsh. Okay, let's play test against Moloch now. It should be more interesting. Custom versus custom. Okay. Player 1 goes Moloch. Player 2 goes Machine. Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. Shuffle, shuffle. Okay, right. Moloch needs a pawn there. Okay, let's delete this. Unlock this. Okay. How much time have I? I've been streaming for 3 hours. God damn. This is fun, guys. You have no idea how much I enjoy this. Okay. Sure, let's start. I'm gonna play a bit faster here, because I already know how to play Moloch quite a bit. I think we go to the Sulak. It's always a good place to start. 3 power. Let's limited resources and get a better card here. Oh, I need conveyor belt. I kinda need conveyor belt here. Well, not really right now, but you know what I mean. Permanent identification is fine also. Sure. We can get conveyor belt later. Moloch wants to like get rid of these workers to like discard his deck because he wins by going through the villain deck. Where is the... there it is. Go through your villain deck. Okay, I'm gonna play just Chance Suppressor and a Sleeg to the Sulag, because that's the best way to defend the Sulag. Nice! The voice module. Now we need to get the production line. You know, Fate, so we cannot play Persist. Let's see, let's see. We can detect immediately, or defend with some spider bots. We can also wait for the factory. Do we need Persist? Not really. So the apartment... oh, I locked this by accident. The apartment, we gain 1. Pay 1 for a spider here. And I don't think I want to play the other one. We discard Detect and Persist. And Fate. Armite. Damn, they have Chance Suppressor. We cannot play out of order anyway. I mean, we can, but it's pretty useless on Chance Suppressor. Kinda? We can eventually discard this league. No, let's just block boardroom, I guess. Sure. And the Chance Suppressor was away. Oh, at this location? Okay, we have to play it on Sulag then. Damn it. Alright. At least they have to, like, get rid of this league. Okay. Pretty awful hand here for the machine. Lots of high power stuff. Okay. We can vanquish the Paramite, actually. That's not so bad. We need to do something about these permanent vacations, though. They're awful. We need to play cards. We move to the ballroom, we get to play 1. In the stockyards, we get to play 1. The stockyards is better use of our actions, I guess. We pay 3 for the voice module. We kill the Paramite. And can't do anything else. Okay. Limited resources is fine. Okay, we can go to the factory and capture 2. Actually get to capture 2. Yes. We go to the trenches and fabricate to capture 3 next turn. Because we can resources and fabricate resources. That's a lot of power there. That's a lot of power there. Doesn't sound too bad, actually. Sure, let's go to this. Let's try this. Let's see if we can, like, kill 3 with 1 stone. Resources. We move them. We discard them. To play fabricate. To play produce. Gain 2. Discard nothing. Do we need to detect? Kinda. Sure. We gain 2 power with resources. That's the turn. Ooh, now this, it became a nice hand. Real nice hand, actually. Alright, we needed 2 detects to vanquish 3 at once. Huh, kinda let that. Didn't discard it. Okay. Monk wants 2 limited resources. So we can boardroom in 1, pay 0 for limited resources. And conveyor belt, actually. Oh, but floating man gives us the the defense we need. Oh, conveyor belt. Too good to pass up. And we slig. Here, I guess, does it matter? Oh yeah, we have permanent vacation. Let's play it. I mean, if it's on the Sulag, we can move it. Sure, let's play it on the Sulag. Yeah. And we play 2 cards, so we fate. 3 or 2. Now this is an interesting choice. Because with 3, we get to cover the cathedral. And with 2, we get to cover the apartment. Nah, let's go for 3. That way, the machine cannot scam the power of detect by playing 2 with 1. Nice. 23? 23 cards to go. The machine goes to detect. Okay, 1 detect. Fire 6. We detect once again. Fire 7. Perfect. We can detect a 3rd time. That's right. 8. God damn it. Okay, 8 is fine. Because that means we can detect again. No heroes. Okay. That's bad. That's really bad, actually. Okay, whatever. Okay, we just absorb it, I guess. Then we can salvage or Wind Beast. Wind Beast on Cathedral ain't bad though. Yeah, sure. Let's go for Wind Beast. Because we can trenches next turn, whatever happens. And Wind Beast doesn't get discarded. It's kind of an overkill with 3 strength, but it needs to be optimal. Okay. Moloch. Let's go to the Zulag. In 3, pay 2. And we get to play with our discard now. We only have sligs, really? Okay, I guess we slig on the boardroom. And we cannot play another card. Whatever. We have a lot of defense. Okay. Let's salvage, I guess. No, first trenches to power with this skills 4. That's basic. Now, if we had just 1 more power, we could start detecting and start stacking the heroes on the factory, though. Nah. We can move either the Beast or the Spider Bot. I think I'm gonna move the Spider Bot and play 2 for Seeker. I'm not gonna get the other Detect, though. This way we can vanquish 3 eventually. We still need power to move to the factory anyway, so who cares? Do we have a produce? Yeah, we do. Next turn we can salvage the produce. Or if we're lucky we get... what saves us here? Another produce and... I don't know. Persist? That works too, actually. Okay. We need to play cards. Oh, damn it. So we play... We should play Lever, but we can only play Slig optimally, so... To Free Fire. In 1 power, play 1 for another Slig. And Fate. Fabrication Machine gets to persist and draws produce. And the fate, right. Is it 9? It's 9. God damn it. Okay. And gets the talisman. Now we're in a pickle. A very huge pickle. That's 21 cards to go. Because we need the beast at 9. Oh, we can just activate the beast. Lol. Right. I forget we can do that. Sure. Factory, we activate the beast. Pay 1 for Seeker. We ain't gonna detect though. We do produce. So we're going to gain 2 power and... Do we need salvage? Not yet. So we discard salvage. That's nice. Okay, encounter. That's also nice. Okay, we go to the Zulag. Because we need to play 2 cards. We can only play 1 though. Do we go to the Zulag? We could go to the stockyards. We still lose 2 actions, so yeah, the Zulag is better. Gives us one extra play a card action actually. Okay. Just levers, man. Okay, trenches. 2, we kill 9. We get the talisman. Now we can start stacking heroes because it doesn't matter either way. Okay, we move another Seeker just in case the... Oh, Wind Beast goes back. Oh wait, the Seeker goes away though. Okay. We move the Winged Beast then. Then we detect. 1... Oh, that's right. Just 1 hero. We play 1. We detect again. Nothing. How many heroes? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Wait, 9? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Alright. Okay. Yeah. We can talisman next turn. That's a lot of heroes. Oh. 1 too many. Okay. Molux still can't do anything. Fire, 1 power, pay 2 for another lever. Yeah, lag. My PC gets stuck sometimes, I don't know why. Disconnected. It's useless here, so fire. Okay, 1 spider. Pretty okay. And that's it? Really? Huh. Okay, one looks playing pretty slow here. Okay. I guess we don't need to... We can't encounter actually. So factory... Okay, produce to gain 2. We discard encounter because whatever. And... pay 3. Get rid of 9, 1, and 7. Oh, 6 actually. 7 or 6? Actually, 9, 6, and 7. Because 1 is when played. These are the worst ones. Then we can disagree to produce. Yeah, we can disagree to produce. This is the best chance we get to do it actually. Yeah, disagree to produce into power. And that's it. Lots of allies. Not sure if that's useful. Okay. Let's move to the Zulag, I guess. We can play Mist Smith that way. Sure. Zulag in 3. E2 for Mincemeat. And we get to discard. Ooh, that's a Slake. We need the sleeve, so we start permanent vacation. That way we can activate anywhere, basically. We only need to activate on Sulag. What am I talking about? Okay. Then we draw 2, I guess, because nothing else to do. We could play a worker. Do we... Oh, we play a sleek. What am I saying? Here. Yeah, that's way better. Okay, Moluk has a really good hand. We go to the trenches in 2 and kill 3. Move the beast. And we can keep detecting, but we can also save it. So we're just gonna pay 1 for a spider, maybe? If we save the detect, it doesn't really matter. I guess we spider bot. Sure. 1 spider on the apartment. Just to be safe. There's the other one. Okay. Well, we can go to the boardroom now. Actually, yeah. Boardroom, gain 1 power, pay 1 for... I mean, gain 1 for last laugh. Pay 2 for the lever. And activate conveyor belt with the lever for another last laugh, gain 1. Fate. Fire or explosive barrels. We need to get the winged beast out of there. Okay. Moluk is at 13. Okay. Wait, let me just... There we go. Okay, we move to the factory. Pay 3 to get rid of 3. Gain 3. And we're gonna still wait on the detect, actually. So we're gonna do that. Pay 1 for a bot. Pay another for a bot. And that's it. Yeah, because if we wait for the detect, we can immediately play them to the factory instead of waiting. Yeah, that seems good. Okay, Molu can just move anywhere, actually. So the Sulag it goes. 1, 2, 3. Hey, we don't need another conveyor belt or limited resources. Do we need a slug? No. We don't need anything in our hand. But we do want to play in something at least. Last laugh, I guess, in 1 power. Then we can limited resources for something else, or slug. We limited resources. We get to... I don't know. Let's just pay 1 for this log. This is higher defense, who cares? Then we pay 2 to activate the mincemeat. Discard this. Draw 1, get rid of 2, perfect. And we don't need the other conveyor belt, so let's do that again. Get rid of this. Draw 1, discard 2, mincemeat, perfect. That's useless also. And let's just use the last one to gain 1 power. Yeah, last laugh again. Okay. Oh, damn it. And I guess that's pretty much it. Yeah, nothing else to do. Like, we can move. I guess we can move a worker here. So we can keep discarding. Okay. Moluk's about to win, actually. That's pretty epic. Okay. So the machine can only defend itself this turn, basically. So the apartment. In 1. We can wait. If we wait 7, 8, 9, we may win next turn, actually. If we have 4 power. The Fabrication Machine may win next turn. Yeah, that's odd. Okay, so we can waste 1 power. Let's pay for a Cat Beast in the Cathedral. Yeah, because we don't need anything else right now. Do we need to discard, though? No. Absolutely not, actually. Okay. Then... Fate. Scrab. Does that? Okay. That doesn't stop Moloch, actually. Let's cover the... boardroom, I guess. You can just play back that Sleek, but... whatever. And the turn? Oh, Chase, that's right. Good defense. Okay. So, Moloch has to fade here. Free fire. In 1 power. Do we get rid of the Scrab? Nah. Do we need to fade? Maybe we will need. The machine loses the... Actually, if the machine loses... Oh, the fire's already there. Okay. If the machine lost the... Detect. It could take longer. Okay. That's good to know. Okay. Let's then... save the floating mine for Abe, I guess. And stockyards... Move to the stockyards when, though? Oh, well, we may need the Fate immediately, though. Sure, we can stockyards when Fate gets here. Okay, floating mine. We killed Scrab. And... no more action, so that's a Fate. 2 gets killed immediately. Do we discard Cat Beast instead of playing 2? That might be the play. We could play 2 to the factory, but that's stupid. Sure, let's discard Cat Beast, actually. But the machine gets the Winged Beast back. That's tough. Okay. 7 cards again. The machine. Kinda has to detect now. He detects right. It wins the game, actually, so let's detect. Hit repower. It2 detects. That's 5. And it may win the game now, so an effect and an effect. No wins yet. But we do get another hero. We can Desecrate to gain power. Sure. Desecrate for produce. Into power. Nice. Okay. And then Moloch has to Fate, I think. Can Moloch go for the win here? I think he can. Yeah, because the machine doesn't have Detect. Maybe we should have kept Desecrate for Detect. Do we have Detects in deck? No. Okay, should have kept the Desecrate then. That's a misplay. That's a way much of a big misplay, actually. Okay, let's... Should I roll back that? Nah. Okay, let's let Moloch win. In 3... pay 0 for Last Laugh. In 1. Pay 1 for Chance Suppressor. And let's activate now. We gain 1 power with this. Move a worker from here to here. Pay 2 to get rid of the worker. I get rid of these two. Take 2 for another worker. Get rid of these 2. And 1 card till I win. Wow. That was something. Sure, let's go for the apartment at Fate. It should be here now. Elm 2. The boardroom, maybe? We Fate with A. No, that's half. Abe. Okay. And I guess... I don't know. I guess we can, Is that it, actually? Is that my turn? Did I play any cards? Let's play our resources. Yeah. And we need to keep discarding, actually. Because we need... produce... Oh, we have salvage. Alright. Okay, so Moloch returns a worker. And I think it will win this turn. Yeah, because we can... just... mince meat. For 1, discard 2, I turn, and that's it. Okay! The Fabrication Machine is on a way better state than I thought. It's just out of grasp and... where is it? Disconnected, that's ruining the game. Otherwise, seems pretty good. I think I'm just gonna have to bite the bullet and put 3 copies of fire here. Yeah, I think that's it. Okay, we made a lot of progress, guys, and that's it for today, I think. The Fabrication Machine is in a way better state than I thought, so should be good to go, actually. I don't know. I'm iffy on the balance of the game, actually. It's pretty tough to tell when I should release it. But whatever. Oh, it's been a pretty long day, man. Didn't expect to stream for this long. The VOD is gonna be heavy. Okay, whatever. Thank you guys for watching. If you like this stream, please tell me, because I don't know how long I can do this for. I've been talking for 3 hours non-stop. Pretty tough on my throat here. But thank you for watching anyway. If you like this design stuff, you guys can follow me here on Twitch to keep watching. You can watch on YouTube. It was fun. Yeah, thank you. You can watch my VODs on YouTube, so if you missed anything or you wanna go back to my opinions on stuff, there you go. Also, fitting music for an ending, I suppose. Well, see you guys later. Bye bye.